Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to show you all my first video diary entry, which was our visit to the Chinese Spring Festival in Trinidad. We went on the first day, which was Saturday. It was really crowded, but it was also really fun. I will share my full thoughts a little bit later. First, I want to show you everything we saw and did. But before we even go in, I had to get a snow cone. I can't turn down a snow cone, and it was really hot. I feel like it's such a quintessential Caribbean experience, or maybe it's just Trinidad, but having a snow cone man outside of an event. Okay, so let's enter the venue. The entrance was really pretty, 10 out of 10. We got a super cute bracelet as our event band. I love it. So the decoration inside was truly beautiful. The venue was totally transformed and it was spectacular. It really set the vibe. We went straight to our seats to view the performances, which I thoroughly enjoyed. They were very entertaining. This first one is traditional Chinese dancing with fans and ribbons. So we did get there a little bit late, so we missed a few of the performances, but the ones that we saw were really good. It is the year of the horse for 2026, and this next dance I can really see the theme coming out with the energetic and strong movements. It was really giving like horse. They also brought some kids on stage and taught them the dance after their performance. It was really cute. I also really liked the yin and yang aerial dance performance. The concept of balance and harmony really shone through with the costumes and the movements of the dancers, as well as the medium of aerial in itself kind of lended to a good representation of the yin and yang, because the two dancers were relying on each other for momentum and they were doing some counterbalance steps. So I feel like it was really interesting and it was a good demonstration of the yin and yang. And they were also shooting out bubbles, which the kids really loved that. Next, we saw the dragon and lion dance, which was so cool. It was really impressive how they made the costumes come alive. The visual storytelling had the whole crowd impressed, and the drums really brought it to life. It's clear that this show took so much practice and precision to make it look as seamless as it did, and it was well performed, so it was very enjoyable to see. The lion and dragon dance are done all over the world, and they are staple parts of Chinese New Year celebrations. These celebratory dances express gratitude and they aim to bring in prosperity for the new year, while at the same time scaring away evil spirits and bringing good luck for the new year. I would say that they created the illusion really well, because at first I couldn't tell how it was done. My husband had to explain it and I had to look back at the video to realize. So after the performances is when it got a little stressful. The stalls were pretty hard to maneuver because the walking space was really tight and there were a lot of people like cramped up at each stall. But there were some really cute stuff on sale. And look at this lovely artwork that they had as well, celebrating the year of the horse. The merch was pretty enticing, but because of like all the congestion around, it was too much for me to like look around and look to buy anything. And on top of that, we forgot to walk with like cash. So yeah, that was a little damper on buying things. Then we went to the food area to face utter disappointment. There was one positive about going outside though. I wanted to buy a drink, but it was overcrowded there too, so I didn't even get the drink. There was one hot serving food, wonton hut, but it was a long line. Look at this line. We were not standing in that line. It was just too much chaos. The other side was less crowded and there were foot massages and body massages going on. I really wanted to get one, but I think I was just getting overstimulated and I was kind of frustrated that I didn't get to buy any food. Maybe they could have put some stalls out here because it was fairly breezy and it was quite open. They had a lot of space and they had a nice view out onto the water. I really like how the decor continued outside and these lanterns blowing in the wind gave it like a nice authentic feel. Coming to you live at the venue.
Guys, so we're at the Chinese Spring Festival and it's super crowded. I don't think what's in my thing is we can't find our place. It's super crowded and all the food was done. So when the performances were so good. So we just wanted to be prepared and see what our guys see. Maybe we could get some food because I'm a little hungry and I wanted dim something, but the dim something was sold out. So yeah. So come on, let's see what else there is at the Chinese Festival.
There were a lot of claw games in the gazebo, but the claw games were not catching me this time. Look at these awesome outfits the dancers had on. I love my tea, so I had to try this tea sample of this fragrant jasmine tea and it actually tasted really good. Here are some of the other items they had on sale, as well as some nice clothes, umbrellas. Then I tried my hand at paper art. I was flustered because the vibe was truly a little too chaotic and I was thinking of how I did not get any food. I went there because I wanted to get some food to eat anyways. But the nice attendant at the stall folded the paper for me so I could get started. I was weirdly nervous about cutting this. It had some big chunks to cut out and the lines between were very thin, so it seemed to be a challenge. Let's see how I do. Also, the scissor was somehow not cutting that well. Maybe because my other companions in the artwork were children, but I did my best with the tools I had. It was good that it wasn't too sharp to avoid cutting through too quickly because there were some tiny curves and corners. I was nervous about opening it, and this is the moment of truth. Did my tedious cutting give me to success? The craft attendants told me that it came out really good, so I was feeling very pleased with myself. I mean, a little bit of the corners, like I didn't cut it exactly, so my perfectionism was like, you should fix it. But I was like, no, I have no time for this. I also had to glue like very cautiously because the paper was very delicate. But it came out really cute. The last thing was to get some Chinese writing on it, so I got my name and the Chinese character for love. At least that's what I think it says. But it came out so cute. The lady writing it was such a sweetheart. I love my little craft. I don't know why, but Chinese writing is so fun to look at. Like, it just looks relaxing. I also got one other keepsake, which was my family's name and a heart, and these were free, by the way. They're so cute. At the same time of all of this shadow puppet show was going on in the background. And well, that was about everything we did. It was time to go because I was getting pretty hungry because I didn't have lunch. So I don't think I could have stuck around any longer. I did enjoy the event and it was really nice to see so many people coming out to support the Chinese New Year celebrations, and it's a cultural festival which is, you know, part of Trinidad's cultural identity. I do think that they could have had a slightly better spatial layout and they definitely should have planned to have more food. I did see a lot of people complaining about like the overcrowding and the parking. I think that improving those things would have made it overall a better experience, but it was enjoyable. I had to stop off and buy this emergency food sponsored by Kiss because, well, not sponsored, but thanks to Kiss, because I was so hungry. Did you visit the Spring Festival in Trinidad? What were your thoughts about it? How was the Chinese New Year celebrated in your country? I would love to chat about it more in the comments. Don't forget to follow along for more video diary updates.